You cannot live within the lie of mutual benefit through integration when integration becomes the source of your subordination.
Senior Counsel, beginning with you.
Yes.
Let's hear what's seems this is the starting point, an end and a starting point of another new world order, isn't it, given the submissions made by the Canadian Prime Minister?
Integration being the source of insubordination. That's the key word that I could pick from what the Prime Minister said. And if you look at page 12 of the Standard, we have a caricature of Donald Duck, my friend, the President of the United States of America, and my other friend, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Israel. And here he says, relax, we'll make Gaza great again. I think the world has never been made deplorable as it is right now than ever before.
Yeah. Nelson Havi. No, Nelson Havi, I think you're a propagandist, Nelson. You're very dense. And unfortunately, he's not dense, he's just a liar, you know. Like, it's never been worse than this. No. These people have been tearing up economies across the world. Every time we get a chance to try to do something, they just put on more pressure so that we are not able to rise again. You're not able to rise, you're not able to have an opportunity. And this guy, after what we went through in 2020, and like, you're going to say this is the worst we've ever... Are you serious right now, Nelson Havi, SC? Some of these guys are redundant to their education. Their education didn't help them because now they just parrot whatever it is that is popular among these NGO types, that the NGOs that they feed from. Because there's a very unhealthy coalition between the media and NGOs, because NGOs pay them a lot to do these reports of theirs, or they have a little documentaries. So they formed this parasitic relationship where they take money from government's taxpayer, they give NGOs to pretend they're solving an issue that the government has already money to solve. Instead of making sure the government is efficient enough to do it, you're starting to introduce other surrogates that are just there to suck the money. They're getting money, donations from here, donations from here. It's just a political agenda in the day. You can't see actual housing. Like they say, oh, there's a problem with housing. No, the government has to build whatever, the PR thing. But these NGOs, after all those billions that they've raised, why have they never put up housing? Like, okay, we'll build 10,000 houses and we'll put this number of people, 100,000 people. We'll give them homes. Why have we never done that? It's just little pet projects. Oh, we got 100 million, but we'll spend 2 million here. Create some village heroes here for propaganda. I mean, it's actually disgusting. This guy's already bored because I don't know where he's going.
When you invited me yesterday, I was wondering, what are we going to discuss about the world order? Then I remembered as I grew up,
the US allies unite against Trump's threats. You see, that's the headline should tell you where they're leaning, instead of just say, because there are many other European and allies that are very happy with what Trump is doing. You never hear of that. You need to find out, for example, like when these guys, like say Keir Starmer meets Trump, is there? Oh, we are together, blah, 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 blah. But then they go Konyuma, they're told, oh, this guy can't be in, but you can't be seen to be nice to him. So because it's him, they have to all do all this other show. People have to suffer. Why did you vote for him? The hegemony has found that it's difficult. It's a different type of hegemony. There are new brain, this new, it's not really new, but the people who like to build things. I prefer those. Whatever deals have to be done in this industry, in that industry, as long as there's building in all industry, investment is being made actually on things that create jobs, build things that sustain life or improve life, things like that, the way it's always been. Then, of course, when there's excess now, people can experiment, and as it's always been. But now, when you're talking to these bureaucrats, NGO-funded bureaucrats, the advocate.
With the world order, you could hear of people like Klaus Kinkel from Germany. You could have people like James Baker from the United States, Eduardo Shevardnadze, and the great Baroness Linda Shoka. And even here in Africa, the Commonwealth was very impactful. The last secretary of the Commonwealth, I remember, is Chief America Nyauku. I don't know whether it is because people are losing interest in the world order or the world order is degenerating. I think the latter is the truth.
Let me tell you, that so-called world order, which was this liberal world order that this guy is defending, it lied to people. Grievances, oh, black skin, oh, gay, or this. The petty things on the side is what they push the most. While they are doing that, they are taking and commandeering all the industries and closing shop, making sure that you have to meet a certain criteria of wokeness to get investment. You know, that things like that are just meant to, like, you know, we can only allow you in here after we've taken all this. If you can regurgitate what you want. In fact, you have to go give that guy a blowjob, but I'm not gay. No. It's a ritual. Yes, it happens. What do you think all these tests and what in different groups, and you go to Hollywood casting couch? Are you willing to do what it takes? Hey, can you Lolly Denise Weinstein? Can you leak something? Are you down? Are you part of the crew? Didi, are you part of the crew? It's the same hegemony. Because when you hear these guys come from me and then you hear when all the celebs are talking about their diversity and what and climate change, it's the same nonsense. Because the celebrity have the ear of the people, so they use them to propagandize the population. I'm just saying something that most of you should know, but that's the proper way to look at these things, because a lot of people just want to be fed. They feel good, oh, I hate that person, but you've forgotten about all the truth. So that one they know, because you are lazy to look for the truth. The mainstream media fills you in now with their bullshit and their propaganda.
And maybe it may be a good idea, because
people are impoverished. Yes, people have been impoverished. We have to go back to making things. Not crying about nonsense all the time. We have to go back to making things. Economies must grow. We are not thinking about climate change. It will be sorted. We are nothing according to this climate here. Our impact can be reversed like this. It's not an issue. And this is the reason. Like, a lot of people they've done great things since as we've gone. There's high efficiency, there's everything. And the richer people get, the better the environment gets. Have you really gone to live where rich people and the poor people? The poor people live in that, because even disposing of their refuse and what, it's not planned. There's no investment. But where the rich people are, so the richer you make a society, the cleaner your environment gets. But they want to impoverish you. There's no way you can have a clean environment in poverty. It's just it's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen. They have to let you guys develop and build and create sustainability, so to speak, so that now you're able to know, okay, we can invest this on cleaning up the river there, we can invest in this, on the profits. That's how it's done. After a while, you know what the impact is. And you're not going to stop the development of that. It depends on which side you are now. If you are just crying about climate change, you cry over there, you'll remain backward. You think China cares about climate change? They're adding more and more diesel plants and all types of plants that use the so-called fossil fuels. They don't care. They want to build. They're the factory of the world. They don't. India the same. All the people who are manufacturing don't really care, except the Europeans who took up the woke thing. Like England, I hear it's 1%. They're responsible for 1% of pollution. 1%. England. In fact, these guys gave away all their manufacturing. 1%. So those are the guys they're saying, oh, we must show the world. No, you're being duped. There are people who are installing industries and they have to kill the industries that are the predecessors of the new industries. Electric cars versus, petrol gas cars. So you have to make it very punitive to make a gas car, make it very easy to make a electric car, just because of this arbitrary thing about climate change. If you look at how they make the batteries, the amount of pollution, how they will dispose them when they are done. When they are, right now, there's fields and fields in China of electric cars that are defunct. All this is real. Don't go out there to pretending that because you can just regurgitate, oh, climate change, oh, the people, poor people. They've always been poor people. These developed countries are the ones that really close that margin down till there's just plenty everywhere. I know Africans like to say, oh, they took our things. Why? You weren't doing anything with your things. What did you know to do with the cobalt? Did you know how to use cobalt to make phones? You didn't know.
It may portend an opportunity for a new world order.
Yes, which one?
But
the woke one.
I think it's going to cause a lot of turmoil economically, politically, and fundamentally, as far as international peace is concerned. Yeah. And the recent events in America and its neighbors is just indicative of what can happen. But worse still is the inability of the entire world to rein in on any single country, worst of all, the United States of America.
Rein them in.
Dr. Ombongi.
Rein them in based on what? Are you better people? You are corrupt here everywhere. Is even your degree legit? There's so many fake PhDs by the in this country. No, this thing is rein them in as who? You see, the arrogance of what do we do? What do we make? All these things here are either made in, most of them is China. Okay, the seeds are local, but it is what do we really make? What? What is this? We can rein them in. This is the arrogance of beggars. You are begging them for handouts, technology, how you can't even feed yourself through the year. You're begging all these things, but we can rein them in. As a who? Africans. Can we be realistic for a bit? Because there's a certain arrogance that has been instilled in poor people who don't make things by NGOs and calling you victims, noble victims, the noble hero, the person who makes nothing but also is worth everything, the person who has no morals, the person who's corrupt but because he's black and colonization and shut up. It is getting embarrassing for us as a people to continue with these silly narratives. It's they're the worst narratives because we have been lured into this false sense of security by these people like these propagandists and NGOs. Oh, we will take care of you, we'll come and... Please, don't be stupid. Don't just be dunderheads. We've been dunderheads for too long. We are not going to be a factor unless we are economically and militarily a factor. Even first, economically. If we can't make our own things, we just need to shut up. It's not even... And I can tell you, and you can notice this by the way, how much power America lost when they stopped making their own things. The big things, the ships, the cars, the what. Once they stopped, their power was usurped. You have to make your own things. Stop listening to the new, I don't know, how can we rein in? Make something fast, you imbecile. What do you make? What is the size of your economy in this world? What is Kenya's size? We are negligible. We are not even one state in the US. The poorest state. The poorest state is richer than us. Shameless.
Of course,
you see,
fundamental.
These guys, they have very surface level discussions because they don't really get it, or if they get it, they can't discuss because they have to talk a certain way, to lean a certain way.
Issues and very many facets in how to look at this. But first, as he had said in the full speech, the Prime Minister, can we imagine a world without America as the moral global policeman, as once touted, to now an outward America that has little or no regard for international law and order?
Well, okay, you see, that question is asked. It's also a leading question which a journalist is not meant to do. You know, like he has no regard for international rules and all. Like, you see, what I personally don't like is the fact that all these things that Trump is doing, every single president before him has done them. In fact, many have done them worse. But it's not even a matter of that. The only thing that really is disturbing people is the fact that there's a certain culture that was being inculcated worldwide. This progressivism, it's not really liberalism, it's just progressivism. It has layers of communism. And those idiots still follows communists. Shut up. It's been interrupted. USAID has been, USAID was feeding thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of people have made millions and billions of dollars. Hey, Africans here just living in the poshest places just because of USAID money. They've not made anything. They're not CEOs of anything. They have an NGO with a little pet project somewhere in Kibra. Just they go live in Karen. Like how? There's no manufacturing, no job creation, nothing. No. Don't tell me those 2, 3, 5 people they employ. No. I mean, when you put up a factory, what you are looking at is hundreds of thousands of people to reduce, because these hundreds of thousands of people put to work will affect hundreds of thousands of people more. So the effect is compounded. But these people, they are black holes of expenditure. Just talk virtuously and live nicely and the most corruptly. That's the problem. And you see, that's why I hate these mainstream media hacks. He's already he's disregarding everything. Like, disregarding where? When Obama was bombing everybody, you're saying, yes, this terrorist must be bombed. Oh, those ones. You're praising the guy. Most of you don't remember it. Oh, you just intentional, just because you have Trump derangement. You forget. There's nothing unique here under the sun, but the media is trying to make you think that there is, like this buffoon here. Well, what's his name? I've really hated this question. I hate when those questions, because they are manipulative questions. Because he's already made the assumption that he's done all those things and they're unique. He's not giving you full context. Because it's a manipulation tactic.
That's a fascinating question, Ayub. But before I answer it directly, let me weigh in what Wakili is calling world order. You are calling it new world order. I don't know how new it is, nor do I know how ordered it is. But sometimes there's too much disorder around us when you look at the events of recent months. To the point that you wonder whether it is disorder that we are calling order globally. When a country, walks into another one and takes an independent country's president.
You see, this stupidity is what I don't like. First of all, Maduro was a drug kingpin. You see, the stupidity that you have to be against Trump, that now you have to defend a drug kingpin who's killed. You see, the thing that has been happening to TZ, it happened here in GNZ, whatever, that was happened 100 times more over there in Venezuela. Opposition, Yoten, inside. On the streets, all protesters killed. Hundreds of them. I think thousands. But you see, and then the guy is just running drugs. Like, throughout the South America, there's a very big problem with that. A lot of governments have been captured by this because there's a lot of money, because the big market, US is there. They make the cent there. If that get cut, this guy is trying to, that you just walk into, like, what are you talking about? That's what, they're not going to allow such a buffoon near them. And he's playing nice with China and Russia, their enemies. Like this, you see, they don't give you full context. What do you mean, how do you just walk in? Like, Obama destroyed Libya. You guys worship him. He destroyed Libya, him and Hillary Clinton, didn't they? They showed how they captured him, how they abused Gaddafi. They showed it very happily. What is it called? Saddam Hussein. These people like this, especially when you see them on such media houses, these are already they have been given a narrative and they can't go against it. Especially once in a while, you might get one rebel, but these are just talking heads, propagandists.
And puts a puppet there. I don't know which order we are talking about.
What was Venezuela orderly when Maduro was there? What is this guy talking about? You see, like, these guys have nothing to say. They just talk. Because they get a chance to sit here, they just say anything, and you're supposed to believe them. Please take your time. There's too much information out here. Take your time to remove your feelings. If you really care about knowing what's true, remove your feelings from everything and just look at the facts. Okay, is this unique? No, it's not. In fact, it's much better now. That's a fact. Is it? It's not. What is not? U.S. has always put tariffs on people. They just stopped putting as they did these trade agreements that usurped their manufacturing. That's a fact. Even that happened here in Kenya. Oh, they tell you, oh, you have to, was it to liberalize, which is a good thing, you liberalize the economy, now anybody can invest, But what happens is when you liberalize in Kenya, people don't have the money to invest. So who invests? The politicians, their cronies, and foreign companies that already have the muscle to do it. Financial muscle, technology, whatever. So and then they keep it among themselves. So like, the other one is just repatriating all the profits, leaving a little here. The rest are just building white elephants. So this is the reason why I started doing content like this, because what on a masuti up and they're just talking nonsense. I have more knowledge about this issue than this guy will ever know, because he doesn't even bother to do the research. They just come here talking heads, just spew whatever script they've been given, and it goes. You'll be shocked just how much the Kenyan media is controlled by foreign media. You'll be shocked.
When a nation decides that part of what we have called Somalia for years, it is now an independent country. I don't know which.
What is he doesn't have anything to say. That's why he's going on. He's trying to think of something to say that's not too dumb. That's all is going on here.
Which order we are talking about? I mean, when the Canadian Prime Minister talks about more rupture than transition, I think he has a point.
Why does he have a point? Let's see if he has some actual data or facts.
The world has gone through what he calls asymmetrical trade relations. So all this put together, for me, speaks more to disorder than what we are calling order. And this is not new.
What context? This guy is so stupid. The context was not to... Did you say new world order? It's like a way... It doesn't mean like things are orderly. This guy, he has school doctors, like some buffoon. Like he's taken the meaning of order to mean something else that is not in reference to how it's used when you say new world order, for example. Like, what is this guy? We're not seeing a lot of order, and that's not what it means. Like, I knew when he started saying, no, I don't see the amount of order. You guys don't know any order. You guys are just stealing from the government. Everywhere you are just stealing to deals everywhere. You don't build anything. What are guys like this talking about? The doctor. Anyway, I just I wanted to show you just a little thing. There is what you must know, that especially the setups like World Economic Forum, they have a lot of control worldwide, especially media, the leaders. They've inducted a lot of the world leaders into their little groups. They have a lot of big business leaders and what. So the money is there and the political power. So it's deals in there. And your welfare is not the top of their priority, unfortunately. But you'll be given such rhetoric and you'll be there. Yes, in fact, Donald Trump, he doesn't want people in America. Like, America is not your country. Like, you have no right to be there. Like, get out. Come, let's build our little shitholes here, for heaven's sake.